Abhishek Ram. So, can you tell me about your profession?
Okay, I am a clinical psychologist. I've been working here in this institute for past 6 months, and before this, I have been associated with Beria University. Other than that, I have a clinical practice of over a year. And what further would you like to know?
Okay. How many psychologists are there in this institute?
In this institute, we have about 5 clinical psychologists as working as behavior therapists, which work especially with especially able children or with other physical or neurological disorders as well. We work with both behavior issues and the neurological issues, and that's the rough estimate of that.
Okay. So, as you are a psychologist, what was the most challenging case you have ever faced in your profession?
In my profession, I think the most challenge, there are multiple levels of challenge in our profession. Challenging में ये भी आता है कि a lot of the times when there is a neurological disorder, for suppose there is CP child or there is a child who does not have a concrete form of thinking, so it's very difficult for us to communicate to them and to understand their motives because it's more time taking, and parents on the other hand are very anxious and they mostly want immediate results. So that's the most challenging part in our profession, basically working with children. If we are working with children, with adults it's the case is different, but with children it's specifically the parents keep pressurizing कि, why are we not seeing the results, whereas the actual problem resides कि it is a long-term process. Therapy or behavior therapy is not something you can achieve within even a couple of months. It takes at least a year or two to take effect, or to even undo the effect that has been undo the damage that has been going on. Which we work on emotional intelligence as well. We work on behavior modification, which is a time taking process, and that's the challenging part where the parents don't understand most of these things.
That's really challenging. Okay, ma'am, I want to ask you, how do you maintain confidentiality? Like, as many parents ask, after therapy, what our children said to you or what they said to you?
Okay, in this case, absolutely, as a psychologist, we have to maintain crucial core information with the client's permission. कि अगर हमें client permit करता है, that too in a sane mind, because a lot of the kids over here do not have a rational thinking where they can possibly communicate. You've seen, right? So therefore, if we see or observe something troubling, then we have to inquire from the parents that we've been observing this behavior. Is there something going on in the home that we might like to know? And if there is somebody who has a conscious thought and who can clearly communicate, so we do take their permission before sharing and anything with the parents. Thirdly, recently I had a case where there is a boy who's going through, his parents are going through a divorce, and he was having some contradictory negative feelings towards his mother, and he wanted to leave her and wanted to join the father instead. Now that sort of information is very critical, and you need to put it out to parent as it is, so that we share with the discussion with our seniors and our supervisors कि, if this is a valid information that we should put out to the parents, because it's necessary and it will have a life impact. Even other than that, professionally it is guided that if there is a case of suicide or if there is a case of self-harm, then it is very necessary to communicate or to breach confidentiality, because otherwise something might happen and the people would not even know, because you as a psychologist can't be with them when they are outside at their home. So yeah, these are the few cases that we do breach confidentiality. Otherwise we always try to maintain clients' confidentiality.
So lastly, I want to ask, what are the future plans of this institute like?
For its institute, the institute plans definitely to work better on. We do already maintain regular check-in balance with monthly progress reports and updates and weekly updates, where we try to strengthen the communication between parents and children. in my experience, especially with differently abled students or people with mental or physical disabilities, it's very important that home environment is as conducive as we have in therapy center. Because if over here they come for a few hours, but they're living at the home with the same people, and if they don't understand them, then it will be that's like the chances of relapse increase if they are not able to understand what the child is going through or how to cater to it. So my particular future plans are that I want to work on the parent and child relationships and organize more workshops.